they know that we set them up. When you're saying we set them up, where else could have given them their land? That's by Jerusalem. So it's not like it's a setup, right? That was the location. That's what you're getting. We didn't have to help you. We helped you. You got the land. You're grateful. Explain to me the setup part, because I don't understand why they would think that we set them up for failure.
I don't think they think we set them up for failure. I think they know that they can't trust us fully. I think they know that.
Tell me why they don't trust us.
Same reason Taiwan doesn't trust us.
Why?
Because they see that we have rhetoric that shifts. It shifts every 4 years with politicians. It shifts every 2 years with midterm elections. It shifts with the marketplace. And it was the end of World War II that many of these quote unquote, new countries were born. Israel obviously doesn't believe they were born after World War II, but many Americans believe that that's when Israel was born. So Taiwan came about as a result of the nationalists being forced out of China. Israel came about as Jewish populations were forced out of Europe, and they were given this land. That's how so many people believe it. That's not how they see it themselves. And then from that point forward, their economy was kind of forced on them. Their trade with the United States was forced on them. It's the same way with Japan. It's the same way with Germany. It's the same way with France, Poland, all these countries that were devastated after World War II. The United States swept in and was like, hey, we'll help you rebuild, and we'll put you in debt, and you'll build markets that benefit the United States, and this long list of things, including ideologies. You'll have to be a democracy, and you'll have to follow our democratic principles. All of that worked, Pat. It worked for a long time until about 2020, when 20 years of an American conflict in the Middle East started to show that we didn't know as much as we thought we did. And then strongman leadership started to pop up and started to work. People like Putin, people like Netanyahu, in other countries of the world, we started to see a shift towards socialist beliefs and socialist practices rather than democracies. And they were working. Economies were building and growing. Militaries were winning in a way and America was distracted for 20 years. That's what changed everything recently.
So let's move on from how they feel about us and how we feel about them. How does Russia and China feel about Israel?
I think that Russia and China look at Israel and they see pragmatic decision making. And that is something that our adversaries appreciate because there's no ideology involved there. Whether you like Netanyahu's ideology or not, whether you care that he's a right-wing supporter or not, what he is pragmatically doing is destroying, step by step, the enemies that surround Israel, which will guarantee Israel's security for 5 years, a decade, 15 years, 20 years. He's doing as much damage as he can to Israel's enemies, which are all America's enemies, in the time that he can before he's essentially forced to back off of his warpath. And when he has to back off of his warpath, then we'll see what the criminal courts of Israel have to say about him. So he doesn't quite know what the future holds. But other strongman leaders, China and Russia, see that and they say, America's supporting that. So what America says to its people and what America does in policy is not always the same. And how can we use that?
So criminal courts in Israel, when he's done, it could be very nasty for BP.
Could.
So but he could end up being a useful individual for people that want peace there. But to Russia, what issues does Russia have with Iran? Doesn't Russia have a better relationship with Iran than Israel?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So then does Russia indirectly view Israel as would Russia rather see Israel get weaker or Iran get weaker? Because they help Iran. And Iran buys from them, no? Like they go back and forth.
So what Russia wants is Iran dependent on Russia. And as long as Iran can be hurt, damaged, put in a box, they will just become that much more dependent on Russia. What Russia and China need are strong, dependent, I want to call them allies, but allies implies that you have a common ideology, right? What they want is partnerships that are pragmatically predictable. And as long as Iran has no other friends in the world, they're going to keep going to China and Russia. As long as China has no other friends in the world, it's going to keep going to Russia and vice versa.
Okay. And I know Iran has these drones that they sell to Russia. They're known for the weapon that they're selling. So that's like where the revenue comes from as well for them. But say somebody wants to now flip it. So we just saw the motivation. Why would U.S. want to see Iran fall? For what? It's not our problem. Let Israel deal with it, right? Let somebody else deal with it. But then why did they back then create a coup and allow Iran to fall?
Those were the years before government oversight. So that was the left hand
reckless,
and the right hand not knowing what each other was doing.
And so Kissinger promised Shah that they would help and that they would allow him to use the hospitals and all this other stuff. And at last minute, they didn't help him. And there could be a possibility that Kissinger wasn't necessarily reporting everything to Carter, that Kissinger may have been more powerful than Carter was.
And these are all suspicions that can't be validated, but are completely probable. And that's what sucks so much about the days before oversight.
This guy was a very powerful guy.
Oh, yeah.
Feared, hated, powerful, interesting, womanizer, all in one. Very interesting. Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you wear reflects and represents who you are. So for us, if you wear a Future Looks Bright hat or a Valuetainment gear, you're telling the world, I'm optimistic. I'm excited about what's going to be happening, but you're a free thinker. You question things. You like debate. And by the way, last year, 120,000 people got a piece of Future Looks Bright gear with Valuetainment. We have so many new things. The cufflinks are here. New Future Looks Bright. This is my favorite, the green one. Just yesterday, somebody placed an order for 100 of these. If you watch the PBD podcast, you got a bunch to choose from. White ones, black ones. If you smoke cigars and you come to our cigar lounge, we have this high quality lighter cutter and a holder for the cigars. We got sweaters with the Valuetainment logo on it. We got mugs. We got a bunch of different things. But if you believe the future looks bright, if you follow our content and what we represent with Valuetainment, with PBD Podcast, go to vtmerch.com. And by the way, if you order right now, there's going to be a special VT gift inside just for you. So again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, tell the world that you believe the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.